Hello guys. Hello. How are you doing? Hope you are doing fine. This is Pastor Fundira. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Before I say anything, before I say something to you, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe. Okay guys, today I'm not gonna preach. I'm gonna I'm gonna teach. So yeah, today be prepared. There's an interesting topic that I want to share with you guys today. So let's meet in the comment section with your views, with your comments. How do you think with the ideas that I'm going to share with you? So please, let's meet in the comment section with your ideas, with your contribution. So today I want to share with you the interesting and very popular topic. The title of the topic is, can a married person have an opposite friend? Can a married person have an opposite sex friend? Or some people can say, does having a best friend of the opposite sex affect your marriage? It's one and the same thing. So guys, I'm pleading, I'm asking you nicely. I want your views and your opinion in the comment section, so that we will share, we will discuss, we will learn, so that the marriages won't break. So I'll keep on reminding you, if you haven't subscribed my YouTube channel, please subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Okay guys, so who is this friend that we are talking of today? We are talking of a married person. It could be who? It could be he, it could be she. This married person have an opposite sex friend. So it could be a husband having a friend she, or a wife having a friend he. So the question is, can that happen? Can that friendship be positive to the marriage of that person, or it have implications? So let's discuss the topic in the comment sections. I need to share with you the ideas that I have. Also share with me your ideas. Okay guys, this friend we are talking of, it can be a childhood friend. You grew up together in Mutoko, in Zambia, in Mozambique, in Botswana. It could be a high school friend. You learn together at a certain college, at a certain high school, university. So that friend continue being your friend until you are married. We are talking of a friend, a workmate. You are working, then you create a bond with an opposite sex at work. That's the friend that we are talking of right now, that we want to discuss. Is it good for the marriage? Is it good? Does it contribute to a healthy marriage, or it will destroy the marriage? Let's discuss in the comment section. I think it will help our marriages. It will help our children, our grandchildren. It will help us, because many marriages are destroying because of having opposite sex friend. That's why I decided to come here, so that we discuss, we share the ideas. We bring all the ideas together. So, to my side, my ideas, the friendship started innocently. You start the friendship with your friend, high school friends, or a workmate friend, or a childhood friend. The friendship will start innocently. The two of you have common connection. You connected somewhere. Maybe you go out for lunch every lunchtime, you go out, or it's a childhood friend you meet maybe when you are at work again, or you met in university. When you are married, you keep that friendship together. You didn't want to break it. So you feel like that person, that opposite sex of yours, is very close to you. You become, or she become, one of the people who are helping you in solving problems. So you gain the trust in that person. And the bond, you feel like nobody should separate the bond that you created. If your spouse share with you how she felt about that friend or the friendship, then to you it doesn't make sense. You feel like, hey, this spouse is so annoying, or this spouse is not understanding how we created the friendship. You feel like the spouse wants to destroy or to end your friendship. But you don't even think the side of the spouse, how he or she is feeling, because of the connection, because you have a lot in common. This friendship become more than the bond that you have with your wife, more than the bond that you have with your sisters. So the spouse now maybe become jealousy, or even the relatives, they are now jealous of that friendship, because the friendship raise eyebrows of other people. So what will happen now, after connected, after having something in common, started looking forward to move encounters together with your friends, what will happen? What's next now? So in your heart, number 2, in your heart, you will tell yourself that you don't want to hate your spouse. You don't want to hate your spouse. That's what you tell yourself at first. Hey, this friendship, I do not even to hate my spouse. It's just the common friendship. I just want to have the friendship with my colleague, with my childhood friend, with my high school friend. It's just the normal friendship in jail. So I don't want to hate my spouse. So after that, but this friendship will become a good listener and makes you feel loved. It makes you desired. It feels you respected. It makes you feel wanted. So you start feeling like there's no one that will make you happy except your friend, because you have connection. You have got one thing in common. You knew each other very well. So now you feel like, hey, when I have my friends, the opposite sex of mine, when I have her or him, I feel to be loved. I feel desired. I feel respected. And I feel wanted. Then you start feeling like, hey, the way I'm feeling, my spouse can't even give me that. So you start feeling like that friend of yours is giving you what you wanted. You start feeling like that friend of you is the whole thing of your life. Then, but remember, my point number 2 is when you started this friendship, you say, I don't want to hate my spouse. But because you started feeling loved with the opposite friendship, we started feeling desired with the opposite friendship. You started feeling wanted or respected with the opposite friendship. Then you started to neglect your spouse. You don't even feel him or her. You don't even feel like he's loving you or she's loving you or she's respecting you. Even if she gives the opinion, you don't even take the opinion because you have your friendship, your childhood friendship. Things that you can't feel when you have your spouse, you start feeling it when you have your opposite sex friends. Because when you are when it's lunchtime, you go to lunch together, you start looking eye to eye, you start bonding, rubbing shoulders, doing things that you should do with your spouse. You are doing it with opposite sex friendship. So now I'm trying to explain how these things are started before I give my conclusion. So now, when you start feeling like, hey, this friend of mine is giving me everything. We have a connection in common. Is this thing, this friend of mine, hey, is whole lot of my life. Then you start to neglect your family. You start to neglect your spouse. You no longer continue to have that same feeling with your spouse. He or she will become your enemy. You lose respect with your spouse. You no longer share ideas with your spouse. You will no longer share even the table to eat food, supper, breakfast, any meal with your spouse. You feel like when you have your friends opposite sex, I should have lunch with that person because we have got one thing in common. Because when you are talking lunchtime, hey, she can feed me or he can feed me, we can talk deeper. You start talking stories of your boyfriend, how your boyfriend or your girlfriend abandoned you, the way you feel about the heartbreak. You start sharing those things. After that, you start sharing problems of your marriages. You start sharing, hey, I don't have money. You see, the way my husband is doing, is not fair. My husband is not giving me salary. My husband is doing this. My wife is doing this. She's not ironing my clothes. She's doing this, until that opposite sex of yours will rescue. The things that you are telling her or him that your spouse is not doing, she or he will start doing it. Then you feel like, oh, I can't lose this friendship because of my spouse. I can't lose this friendship because of anyone. So I'll keep this relationship healthy. So do you even think, when you're in that situation, do you even think of your spouse? You don't. Because you are getting everything that you need from the opposite sex at some point. Because when you are together, there are some things that you do that you realize later that, hey, what we did that time was unexpected. What we did at lunch, you started texting each other at night. What we did at lunchtime, please, let's not repeat it. Let's maintain our friendship. We are not girlfriend and boyfriend. Okay, that's today. Tomorrow, after a week, you repeat the same thing again. You repeat the same thing again. So this thing will continue happening. You continue happening and you continue bonding. Then you feel comfortable with the friendship. You feel comfortable with the friendship rather than your spouse. You feel very comfortable when you're having your friends rather than having your spouse next to you. That's why you see many husbands or many wives, when they are in the house, they'll chat with the friends. How they experienced that day, how they experienced, maybe they went for maybe weekend out and they lied to the spouse that I'm going to work. So maybe they went to beach together. So they are now reminding each other, hey, do you remember, Chomi, what we did there? Do you remember when we were seeing the rhinos? Do you remember this? Then the spouse sitting or sleeping next to you will see you smiling. You're busy chatting. and the spouse is talking with you as normal as usual, but you don't even pay attention because you are busy into something. You build the relationship. You're now trusting that friend of yours better than your wife. You have bonded. You feel desired. So, like, the way I'm explaining is giving its answer itself according to the relationship. So now, I have another point besides when you start the relationship, you feel like I don't want to hate my spouse. The other point is you started spending more time with the opposite friend. When you started having more time with her or with him, like what I explained, you go to lunch, swimming, maybe vacation, maybe you go to Christmas parties, wherever you go together. Instead of going with your spouse, you now trusted going with your friend. Then you leave your spouse behind. So you find yourself sharing personal, like what I've said, personal stories than you had extended. During your encounters, time tends to stand still, and every day you find yourself thinking about this person more and more. Rather than thinking of your spouse, you start thinking of your friend, opposite sex friend, more often. Spending more time with your friends rather than spending more time with your wife or with your husband. So when all these are happening, many boundaries are being crossed. Zvekuti zvimwe hauchakwanisi kuzviitira even to your spouse. Many boundaries have been crossed. Those boundaries that nobody can maybe mend them, that have been crossed. For instance, you enjoyed the lunch, you kiss your friend. You enjoyed the supper, you give hug to your opposite friend. You share the bedroom things with your friend that you should not do. So it all happens because you spend more time together. Because you share, you have got a whole lot in common. So my question now is, would you be okay with your spouse having this same kind of friendship? Same conversations, same encounters, same attractions. Will it be okay with you? Because when you do it, it will be okay with you. What about if your spouse do it? Will it be okay with you? Now I pose a question. Let me get the answers in the comment section, please. Will it be okay with you? Because so many people, they are saying it's good. I can't stop having friendship with my friend because we started this friendship before she was there or he was there. We have a whole lot of in common. We have this bond. We have so many things that you explained regarding the friendship. But you don't even think of your spouse. If you wanted that opposite sex of yours to be very close to you, why you didn't marry that person? Why you didn't marry that person and choose to marry someone else? It means you can connect, but at some point, there are some things that you can't connect. Because this friendship of yours started when you are in rural areas there. When you are in high school, that's long back. But this friendship we started at 15, 12 years, 13 years, 18 years. And you married at 30 or 32. Meaning, there are some things that you don't like from your friend. But it's only there are some dirty things or dirty minds, I think, let me say so, that you connect, that connects you somewhere, somehow. That's my opinion. So probably to me it's not right having an opposite friend, an opposite sex as your friend. To me is not right. To me is not right. There are some problems that are created in the relationship because of opposite sex friendship. I know you love your spouse and you never hate him or her on purpose. But friends, please hear me. Being close friends with someone of opposite sex, isn't it good for your marriage? At all. As one with struggling marriage couples, so what I was saying, sorry for the disturbance, what I was saying is, as one who will be struggling with the marriage that is malnutritious due to the opposite sex friendship, you should just pray to God. I think just pray to God, ask God to intervene, because nobody and nobody will break that friendship except God. Except God only. So when you are into this situation, I'm advising you to pray to God. He's the one with answers. My profession, I deal with couples, I deal with singles, I deal with different individuals. So now it breaks my heart to see this friendship wounding marriages time and again. It wounds my heart, because my profession, I deal with different individuals, as I said. Some people can come, my husband, I found him sleeping with his friend, or my wife, I found him sleeping with her friend, a work friend or a childhood friend. I found these chats in their phone. These are the things that hated me most. That's why I decided to come and share with you my opinion about this friendship of opposite sex. Because you start losing interest in your husband. You break that connection. Because when you're married to someone, you'll be connected somewhere, somehow. There's something that you are connected in. But when you start having that friendship with opposite sex, everything will be ruined. What does the Bible say about the opposite sex relationship, or J? 1 Corinthians chapter 6:18. It instructs us to flee from sexual immorality. It will instruct us to flee from sexual immorality. Ephesians chapter 5 verse 3 declares that there must not be even a hint of sexual immorality, impurity, or greed amongst us. These are strong warnings that we were given. So we should follow, we should listen, so that we'll keep our marriages healthy. As we are seeing, as we are living in the 21st century, many marriages are being destroyed because of this friendship. Because there are so many problems that are caused with this friendship in the marriage. That spouse who have opposite friendship, who will not have time with family time, with the wife, with the children. Sometimes you become a pathetic liar because you lie that we are going to work whilst you are going to the beach or to mall, or you are taking that opposite sex friend of yours to somewhere out maybe. These are the things that hurt most. These are the things that are contributing to the breakages of marriages. Peter 3 verse 11 commands us to live holy and godly lives. Even though your intentions were pure in these situations, you have to think about how it might appear to other co-workers if they learned about it. So, brothers and sisters, to conclude, it's not healthy, it's not good. I don't recommend at all if you are married to have an opposite sex friend. It's not good. It will destroy your marriage. It will hurt your spouse. You will abandon your family, your kids. You will become a liar. Sometimes you steal from your wife, from the salary that you are earning. You take money from it so that you please your friend. Because with your friend, you start innocently, but in the end, it will end in tears. It won't end nicely. At the end, it won't be friendship, but it will be umjolo. So tonight, I'm saying this friendship must stop. You must have the friendship with your spouse, with your kids. Spend time with your friends, with your wife. Spend time with your husband. Spend time with your kids so that you have bonds. Share the ideas. The ideas that you share with your friends, share it with your spouse. Why do we have secrets with our spouse? Of which with our opposite sex friends, we will open up. Things that a wife or a husband don't know in the marriage. An opposite sex will know everything. If the husband or the wife is stressed, it's the opposite sex who knows, not the spouse. Why are we doing that? Why are we doing that? Brothers and sisters, that was my topic. That was my teaching. Let's share the ideas. What do you think about it? Because I already express how I feel. I already teach what I think. So let's share in the comment section. Please comment. What do you think? Is it good for a married person to have an opposite sex friend? Is it good? Is it healthy? Okay, let's meet in the comment section. Remember to subscribe on my YouTube channel. Bye. See you guys.